Hi guys, it's Androidpipe.com and I'm here with a tablet called the Allview Viva i8, but it's not a tablet that matters here, it's the game. The game is Revolt 2, it's called the best RC 3D racing title, and as you guessed, it's a racing title with remote control cars. It's the follow-up to another game we've reviewed, Revolt 1. As you probably know, I wasn't such a big fan of the first Revolt, and the second one has been slightly improved, so you can actually play it and have fun with it. And you have a wide selection of cars, upgrades and stuff like that. The game Revolt 2 is available for free. It's a 3D racing game with remote control cars, 3D graphics, cartoonish graphics, and I opted for controls that involve buttons for all functions. As you can see, I have a gas button, I have a brake button, a left and right button right here for shooting various pickups, and also a button that reverses the car in case you're upside down, like this. The races are varied. There's the typical race against other players, race against time, races that involve collecting coins, or simply trying to reach the end of a level in a certain amount of time. The music has stayed pretty much the same as the one in Revolt 1, if I'm not mistaken. At least the main tune is exactly the same. As you can see, the tracks have been improved. As far as graphics are concerned, everything is even more colorful. The graphics are more polished this time. It doesn't feel like a game from the 90s anymore, although it is a game from the 90s. And the time ran out. After completing a challenge, you get a set of stars that you'll use to unlock further challenges, further cups, and things like that. And you can also spend your coins on new upgrades and new cars. We have a nifty selection of cars at the start. The graphics are pretty cartoonish and you get formula cars, sports cars, monster trucks and upgrades. So let's see some of the things available here. As you can see, there's a bit of a lag going on between the menus, which tends to bother me just a little bit. The controls are much better than in Revolt 1. And these are the cars you can pick. I'm using the basic one. I can also go with the rally, a fatter one, a car called Ray, this pink car called Candy Pebbles, this racing car, the harvester, this one, all sorts of crazy monster trucks, so variation is key here. And this is the car that I have right now. These are the things you can upgrade. Top speed, acceleration, handling and stability. You can also change the paint if you want. And you can get a variety of power-ups that you can use during the race. You can shoot missiles at your foes and other things. There's also a lucky wheel that you'll spin daily and win cars, money, jewels, power-ups and battery power-ups. Okay, now let's go back, and a bunch of options here, obviously, for effects, background music, vibration and stuff like that. Then there's your profile, your list of friends. You also got a store where you can buy these things. You can buy the coins, you can buy the batteries. Batteries can be found here, and basically they're a requirement to perform the races. And speaking of races, there are about 3 gaming modes in this title. There's the Challenge Cup, there's the Grand Prix. Well, this one involves 5 new tracks every week, 50 players in a Grand Prix group, and racing with players online. Basically, this is the multiplayer. You go against a huge group of people, as you can see here. 50 players, all of them arranged in a ranking, and I'm on the 49th place. You get a selection of races here. You select your track, you start competing, and at the end of the week, you'll see a winner. Once again, the lag strikes back, and you may even wake up and find yourself thrown out of the app, which has happened to me on one occasion. That's why I'm going to stick to the Challenge Cup and try to show you a race against other players. I mean the AI players. This is a race where you earn coins. This is a time survival. Coins again. Time. And let's find a race that actually has some people in it. Okay, now let's try this one. You can activate some power-ups before the race. Like, let's say this one, so I can start first, and let's go. If it weren't for the lag between the menus, this game would be much nicer. Okay, so here's the race. These are remote control cars. Do not expect realistic physics here. After all, it's a mere game. Somebody just threw a water balloon. You can get a variety of pickups here. I just got one. Since I'm in the first place, I don't need it, so I just shot that rocket. Be careful with the oil on the track. You'll be able to slip on it, lose control of the car. It's very easy to lose control of the car, especially when you're in first place and the pressure is high. I have to say that I'm much more happy with the control in this title compared to the first Revolt. But I have to say I'm disappointed a bit with the soundtrack. It feels like exactly the same songs as before. I just hit my enemies with a water balloon and I'm on second place. Here comes the tunnel. This is the place where usually people get hit and they lose the first place in the race. And now we're heading to the second lap. As I said, kudos to the developers for fixing the controls. Also, the cars they implemented here are pretty nice. The prices aren't that high for cars or upgrades. There are a lot of races to take part in. However, the lag between the menus tends to bother me. It's not because of the tablet, since this is a pretty powerful tablet. It's a 2 GHz dual-core slate with an Intel processor, so it should handle all the stress of simply displaying some menus. Okay guys, this is Revolt 2. In the title of the game you'll also find the name Best RC 3D Racing, so the developers call this game the best remote control car racing available right now. And let's start the car. This is how you lose a race. Right at the end you detonate yourself and everything is lost. Okay, so this is Androidpipe.com and I'm going to give this game an 8 out of 10. If it weren't for the lag and for some minor problems, this game would be a 10er, but this is not the case right now. Let's finish the race before we explode. Okay, so an 8 out of 10 here at Androidpipe.com for the game Revolt 2, tested on the Allview Viva i8. The game has improved a lot from the first Revolt, but there's still room for improvement. Maybe in Revolt 3 they'll get everything right and get rid of the lag. That's it from Androidpipe.com. Bye bye.